Okay. Hi everyone. We're Group G, and I'm Rabab Fawaz Ali. My ID number is 130-122-4494. And can you guys introduce yourself?
And my name is Bryan Dhaniel, and my ID is 130-122-4419.
Hello guys, my name is Ruly Bija, and then my student ID is 130-122-4196. And then I will explain about our group tasks that we have to observe which one flavor is the best, which one the flavor is the most liked by people. And then in our survey, we involve surveying people, and each people response to survey will lead to specify outcomes for these two variables. So this experiments involves two variables, which are gender and flavors. And then in the gender part, we will have two possibility outcomes, which are male and female. And then in the flavors part, we have 5 possibility outcome, which is sweet, bitter, sour, and salty and spicy. And then as you can see in the sample space table, we have total person that do our survey is 14 people, which is we get 7 male and then 7 female. And then in the diagram gender, we have the same value between male and female, whereas the value is 50% same, the both part. And then in the flavors diagram, we have the most favorite one is the sweet, which have value is 42.9%. And then the second one is spicy and bitter, which have 21.4%. And then the last one is the salty and then sour, that have value is 7.1%. And then the next part will explain by Rabab.
Okay. I'm gonna explain part C, events. So we will take 2 events within the sample of gender and favorite flavor. Event A, a person is female. This event is defined by the gender variable where the outcome is female. Event B, a person's favorite flavor is sweet. This event defined by a favorite flavor variable where the outcome is sweet flavor. Relationship between event A and event B are two depends events. In this data, the favorite flavor and people gender are directly related to each other. A student of any gender can have a favorite flavor. Therefore, the occurrence of one event does affect the probability of the other event occurring. In this case, however, the two events are depends on each other, and they are both defined differently based on given variable. So part D, events probability. Now we will calculate the probability of two events that we mentioned in the point C. Event A, the person is female. The number of female, total number of people, so equal to 7 divided by 14, equal to 0.5, which is like the half of the percent. And then yeah, and then event B, Brian will explain it.
Okay, now in event B, we have the favorite flavors is sweet. So the event B will get the number of person who select sweet is 6 and divided by the total number is 14. So 6 divided 14 is 43% or 0.43. And uh, and this is what we got. So we join the event A and event B. So and A and B is the female that likes sweet and divide by the total number of people. So 4 divided by 14, we get 0.29 or 29%, or we got the 28.57. And the random variable, so in this random variable, we got the gender and preferred. So X will be the gender, which is a female. So if the X is 1, so the person is a female. Means that if X is 0, so the person is a male. Or whatever, X is female. And for Y, it's represent the sweet person like sweets, and it will be y equal to 1. It will be person that likes sweet. Means that if sorry, it must be equal 0. So when y equal to 0, it will be person that likes others than sweet. So now we have our random variable, which is our 0, 1 and 0 point and y 0.1. So X will be person, the gender is a female, and Y will be the flavors. And because our data experiments involve discrete data or integer, so we need to make the PMF or probability mass function and cumulative distribution function or CDF. So in this case, for X genders, we use 7 divided by 40 for X equal to 0. It means that, because we know that if X is 0, so it means it's a male, and we get from our data, the male is 7, and we got this, and as well as female, we get 7 uh, divided by 14, because the female that we got in our data is 7. And for Y prefers, we got 8 uh, divided by 14. For Y is equal to 0. So for Y equal to 0, it means that for function that not like sweet, in, or maybe person that likes another flavors except for sweet, we got 8% from 14 people. And in the Y equal to 1, we got 6 people, uh, 6 people, uh, and then out of 14 people. So, but in CDF, we got the X genders. So the X genders will be 7 uh, divided by 14 if 0, if X is 0 until 1, but not equal to 1. So it will be the male, and the 1 will be the female. And then for flavors, and we got this 8 divided by 14. We can see here 8 divided by 14 is y, and then so it must be y. So if the y is equal to 0 or more than 0, and then less than 1, it will become x divided by 14, or x per 14. And if y is more than 1 or equal than 1, it will be 1. And for the join probability, we can see, so if X is 0 and Y is 0, so it means that it means if it's a male and it doesn't like sweet, so we can go to the data, it's the male, and that doesn't like sweet, so it will be 7 minus 2, and it will be 5. And then yeah, and then for the gender, the same. X is equal to 0, so it will be male, and Y is equal to 1, so it will be he will like sweet. So we can get from the data before, we might the male is that like sweet is only 2, so we get 2 out of 10 and 14. And now we got uh the gender that female that likes sweet, and the female that doesn't like sweet. So we can see the female that doesn't like sweet. So we can go to this female is 7. So we need to minus it with 4, and we got three we got three female that likes that doesn't like sweet. And then for x is 1 and y is 1, it means that it is female and she likes sweet, and we can get the Fourier in this. And then now the G is the mean and variance. So to compute the mean and variance of R, we can we need to compute the mean first. So mean will be 0 times by the p, and x is equal to 0. So px is equal to 0 is 7 divided by 14, and plus 1 times 0, type 1 times p, x is equal to 1. So if x is equal to 1, we know that it's the same, it's 7 divided by 14, and when we got this, we got 7 divided by 14. And for ey, so the flavors, we got if the y is 0, so it means that the flavor is all flavors except for sweet, and we got 8. And for y is 1, so it means that the sweet one is 6. So we just need to, this is will be 0, 0, and 1 times 6.6 divided 14 is 6 divided 14. And then, but before we can get the variance, we need to find the x power to 2 and y power to 2. So x power to the 2 will be 0 power 2, and x is equal to 0, and plus 1 power to the 2 times x equal to 1. So we just need to compute this. 0 power to 2 will be, and times 0, and 7 divided 14 will be 0, plus 7 divide 14 with times 2 times 1, will be 7 divided by 14. And it's the same as y to the power of 2. We just need to 0 to the power of 2 times x divide 14 plus 1 times 6 divide 14. It will be 6 divide 14. It's the same as this. And then because the event is only 2, so it's really the same. And then now because we already got the ex power and ey power and and mean, so we can now compute the variance x and variance y. So the variance x will be like this: uh, mean power of the 2 minus mean power of the, yeah. So we can this, the x power to the 2 will be minus mean power of the 2. So we can get this. This is 7 divided by 14. We can get it in this. And the ex power to the 2, we got it from here, but we need to power it in with 2. So we can get this 1 divided by 4. The decimal is 0.25, and as well as y. So we get it in the last paper. We got in this 6 divided by 14, and then we got this in the mean. So it will be, but we need to power it with 2, and then 6 divided by 14 minus 6 divided by 14 power 2 will be 12 divided by 49, is equal 0.24. So I think that's our presentation. Thank you for watching.